Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between Grubby versus Ceron. This game taking place here on Last Refuge. We have Grubby spawning as the pretty in pink orc over here on the bottom left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, we have Ceron spawning as the purple night elf over here on the top right. Well, getting things past that 2-minute mark or close to the 2-minute mark, as it will be a demon hunter going up against a blade master matchup here on Last Refuge. In years past, I would have said this is the classic matchup, but with the introduction as the Keeper of the Grove and the Farseer into the meta as primary heroes first, it's been quite some time since I've actually seen a Blade Master versus Demon Hunter matchup here. Blade Master going to quickly finish off that ogre, pick up the item, and then move along his merry way, not even bothering to finish up the rest of the creep camp here. Perhaps going to go ahead, sell some items, and then healing salve, wind walk, do all of those crazy sort of things as it backs up. All right, meanwhile, off to the north, Ceron already moving on to a second creep camp here. Gonna go after this 4-2-2 or 4-3-2 creep camp. Peon is there to observe all of this. Demon Hunter should be able to easily get to level 2. Here, mana burning down to that, Forest Troll High Priest, or is that just a High Priest? Anyways, coming back down across here, Blade Master looking to finish off this Forest Troll Trapper creep camp as well. Should have no problems, but the Blade Master did not clear as much in terms of creeps, and Grubby may already be forced to back up here, using up a healing salve as the Demon Hunter coming in from the north to perhaps get a little bit of sight on that Blade Master, do a bit of disruption, as Grubby, regenerates those hit points and will be making his way back off to the north. Ceron, Claws of Attack +5, a Sentry Ward now placed down, trying to keep track of where that Blade Master perhaps is. Gonna get a mana burn onto that Blade Master. Blade Master now simply wind walks away, as he does have Sentry Wards himself. And oftentimes when you place down Sentry Wards, you hear your opponent place down Sentry Wards, and it is a situation where you just try and control map positioning as well. Are we going to see a Sentry Ward placed down here to try and counter this one? No, we are not, as the Demon Hunter now chasing after this Blade Master here. Blade Master, where is it going to go next? Does pick up Dust of Appearance. Demon Hunter picks up a Circlet of Nobility. And where is this Blade Master going to try and travel off to? A little bit of a head game going back and forth. There's a Sentry Ward. There is Mana Burn onto that Archer. There's a Dust of Appearance as the Blade Master finishes off that, and perhaps he's going to try and take down another Archer here. Dust of Appearance was used by Grubby, and Grubby now trying to finish off some of these Archers here as the Archers are trying to get away. Blade Master, however, rather low on hit points, has to be very careful. He does get off a critical strike there, as it now may be able to finish off another Archer and gets Mana Burn for all of his effort. Alright, you saw the healing salve being used as well. I believe a healing salve charge was used, but the mana burn had finished him off as the Great Hall is nearing completion. Resurrection at the tavern, and Grubby may lose his hero for a second time if he's not very careful. Demon Hunter has a little bit of extra damage, as it is going to be a Pit Lord to follow up. Alright, so Ceron picks up a Pit Lord as the second follow-up hero, and I'm not quite sure what to make of this, as he does go for Cleave first. Alright, Cleave on a Pit Lord can rack up large amounts of damage. There are Claws of Attack +5 on the Demon Hunter, now given to the Pit Lord as well, and they're going to be engaging rather quickly, as the Ancient of War going to be absorbing quite a bit of damage in that frontline spot. Alright, in comes that Pit Lord here, which really should be standing right here to try and get more damage across multiple units. You can see that Cleave getting some damage onto that Mud Golem as well, that little bit of extra splash as the Blade Master comes across and gets mana burn for all of his efforts. Alright, who's going to get the experience? I believe the Pit Lord does gain the experience here. There are a lot of grunts in position. This could be very bad news, as Inner Fire now cast across multiple creep camps here, as the grunt now causing a bit of problem. Alright, Grubby's Demon Hunter gets taken down for a second time, as Ceron plays a little bit of a boxing maneuver there to try and trap that unit once more. Low hit point Archer, gonna end up being saved by the Ensnare, gets an Ensnare, loses aggro, and then is able to Shadow Meld. The Grunt knows that there is a unit nearby. Ceron now making its way back over, perhaps gonna try and attack this Grunt here, trying to pull away some of that aggro, as a Shadow Hunter, looking to, well, shut down the Demon Hunter here. Are we going to perhaps see a mana burn once more? Demon Hunter with Boots of Cut Loss, no Boots of Speed. And now the Pit Lord going back home, perhaps going to regenerate some hit points. 2.6 as we go into, well, a dual Ancients of Lore, trying to get Bear Mastery training. Adept and then eventually Bear Mastery training, excuse me. As the Demon Hunter and Pit Lord working together, Ceron opting to go for this Pit Lord. It isn't your standard hero by any stretch of the imagination. How he's going to transition when he has multiple frontline units in Bears, Demon Hunter, and that Pit Lord, it does really have me scratching my head a little bit. You normally want range units and also melee units to complement each other. However, that's not going to be the case there. There's a mana burn, but a Wanda mana stealing, no, picked up by the Demon Hunter as the units are trying to retreat back once more. All right, Pit Lord could actually have a very, very bad day. There's an ensnare onto the Pit Lord. Pit Lord does not get the Scroll of Town Portal from the Demon Hunter, and the Pit Lord falls at level 1. Level 1 Pit Lord, it does not take much to resurrect. Not much time should be resurrected at home. You can see that it's going to progress rather quickly. Maybe only, is it only like 20 seconds? 20 or 25 seconds. It does get back out into the action very, very quickly, very early on, as this Forest Troll High Priest creep camp should get taken down here in just a moment. Right, a little bit of damage going back and forth. Forest Troll High Priest may start trying to fight back as it is low on mana. One more shot gets taken down, gets up to level 3 on that Demon Hunter. Meanwhile, Pit Lord is already nearly back in play as the Blade Master and the Shadow Hunter working together to perhaps get to level 3 on each of them. We'll take a little bit more creeps here as the Demon Hunter is at level 3 and the Pit Lord not gonna get to level 2, but may pick up a Tome of Strength, a little bit more additional hit points, and a little bit more additional damage. Coming back down, 34 supply compared to 40. Grubby has a larger army. Ceron, however, has the higher tech units and now going for additional bears as well. We're looking at waiting on more and more bears to be trained up. It is kind of a surprise that Ceron is actually low on gold at this point, sitting on only a 34 supply army, even though he has only been forced to resurrect his hero once. Perhaps only only at tier 2, now taking the tier 3, going for a Tauren Totem and a War Mill as well. No upgrades that I see anywhere on the map as we're looking at the bears going after this Overlord creep camp. No rejuvenation on that Pit Lord. That actually comes as a bit of a surprise, as one bear should normally be left behind in Druid form to try and get a little bit of rejuvenation off. Demon Hunter now looking to retreat back, does have an Orb of Venom here. Blade Master nearby could cause some serious problems. A Manual of Health. Blade Master is nearby right there, picks it up, and now where is that Blade Master going? Blade Master, is he going to get mana burned? No, he's not going to get mana burned. Oh, a little bit too late right there. There's a Dust of Appearance as the Blade Master going to look to back away, finishing things off. Pit Lord still sitting at level 2. Blade Master very close to level 3 after all of those shenanigans. Demon Hunter, Blade Master taking a little bit of additional damage. If the Demon Hunter had just landed that mana burn in the time, this game would be a completely different game, as the Blade Master would not have been able to windwalk, been able to easily get away, and that Blade Master would have most likely actually fallen, or at least forced to use that potion of invulnerability. Demon Hunter, Sobi Mask picked up there. Is it going to be given to the Pit Lord? Yes, it is. We now have Howl of Terror as that second ability. Meanwhile, at the front door, Bears and Raiders are trying to battle it up here, but the Raiders are going after those Moonwells and doing quite a bit of damage. Thank you, V-Nets, for the follow. All right, second Moonwell, or a Moonwell getting taken down right there. Are we going to see a couple of ensnares? There's slow being cast, or no, slow poison, or is that slow? Well, that's slow from a Mud Golem, followed by a final swipe from a Demon Hunter, as the Druids of the Claw making their way out. 48 supply compared to 48. Slight hero level advantage for Ceron, but that's easily going to be made up once the Blade Master gets one simple kill off. Demon Hunter may be able to actually get to level 3, though, as we're looking at a zoomed in version of all of the action. Demon Hunter, Pit Lord getting ready to mosey on into position. Blade Master, Shadow Hunter running around in circles. I feel an upcoming large fight going to be getting underway as Ceron is upside down on supply after losing that Moonwell. All right, no Ancient of Wonders either. Buildings are getting lost. There goes another Wisp as the Pit Lord tries to use that cleave effectively. There's another mana burn on as we see a bit of slow there. Are we going to see a slow go down? Level 3 now on that Blade Master. No slow being cast at all. No slow onto the Shadow Hunter. But it looked onto the Raider, but the Raider with that scroll of speed looking like to try and just run away and break free once more. All right, Blade Master actually dealing damage back to his own unit. Not quite sure why he was doing that. It wasn't low on hit points whatsoever. Grubby, well, perhaps I'm not aware of his actions or a little slight misclick, dealing extra damage back to his own Raider. Level 4 now on the Demon Hunter, as we saw a little bit of clearing up off over here. Level 4 Demon Hunter, level 2 Evasion, as the battle about to rage on here. Are the bears going to be able to attack and get within that melee range? Kodo Beast chomping away. One Kodo Beast trying to dine and dash here as we're looking at damage slowly getting added in. Kodo Beast down to 600, down to 500 hit points. You can see that orb of venom damage stacking up rather nicely. We should be looking at a healing wave. The Shadow Hunter really wants to make sure to keep that Kodo Beast alive as long as it possibly can, as we see a fight inside the base. All right, Grubby's Kodo Beast now runs all the way to the back here. Going to try and heal and enjoy his meal in peace, but that's going to be a difficult proposition as we're looking at mana burns and Spirit Walkers continuing to fight. All right, Demon Hunter and the Pit Lord really deep inside enemy lines here. Blade Master going to get taken down, and it looks like Ceron's going to be able to come out ahead here as a low hit point Kodo Beast doesn't have that much room to run. Pit Lord healing around, healing wave, trying to bounce around as the bears going to try and engage, take down some of those units again. So far, Staff of Preservation taking or removing that unit there. One Kodo Beast down to 108 hit points. It looks like it is going to end up getting taken down. One other Kodo Beast down to 250 as the one Kodo Beast does get taken down here. No mining going on whatsoever. Shadow Hunter trying to retreat away. There is the Shadow Hunter looking to get back down to 72 hit points, able to use a little bit of a hex right there. As well, the Demon Hunter now looking to retreat back again. All right. Well, are we looking at a Kodo Beast? Kodo Beast down to 6 hit points. There is spiked barricades now across all of the buildings. Going to do a force back a little bit of damage as we're still looking at the Spirit Walkers trying to retreat here. All right, Ensnare. Well, no ensnare needed. Grubby throwing in the towel, and Ceron taking a game off of Grubby, perhaps one of the more well-known players, as Ceron, just enjoying to finish off a couple of these last buildings here. A great game by Ceron, a couple of missteps by Grubby, and a couple of, lucky breaks there as Grubby was able to micro his Blade Master off over here enough to get around and be able to walk away without overexposing his Blade Master too much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.